as this Tiffany Henyard thing carries on, we're going to keep talking about it. It's like as the world turns with this Tiffany Henyard. But we want to get into the trustee from Chicago. He's like the Al Sharpton of Chicago, Andrew Holmes. He's a guy that they're saying that, when he walks around the Chicago area, people run up to him. They want to take pictures with this guy. He's famous. He's known for putting in work and getting things done. But he's also known for being in scandals. There was an incident at one point where he was alleged to have he actually turned his brother in for stealing. And it was all over the news. Now, how he got in tight with Tiffany Henyard, I'm not sure. But we all know about the allegations that's being levied against him, allegedly, that happened in Vegas. But they're saying that, it's one group saying that this guy is like a legend. Another person to say he's a person that just, he capes for the cameras. Wherever the cameras is, he runs over and act like he's actually doing some activist work. But nonetheless, this man, he turned his own brother in. Check this out for stealing. Check this out.
New this hour 18, he's helped in solving murders and cold cases. Now this well-known Chicago community activist helps police catch his own brother, accused of a crime hitting so many of us in the city. CBS 2's Stephen Graves talked to him about why he led police to a member of his own family.
Andrew Holmes believes wrong is wrong, even if it means holding a family member accountable.
No, we're close, not bitter. When you got the proof right here, and I'm looking at you, and I'm watching you.
Holmes is referring to this doorbell video he says shows his brother Eric Holmes stealing packages. You see him walk up to and then sit on a porch, later walking away, bag in hand.
These are people's personal properties. They paid for these items to come.
Holmes says Auburn Gresham neighbors recognized his brother. Call after call from other people saying his sibling did the same thing to them.
So yeah, I got to put a stop to him.
And he did.
You know they looking for you. Ooh. Police.
Yeah.
Calling Chicago police detectives to come pick him up last month. Holmes' normal work of helping find murder suspects and consoling grieving families put on pause for his own family business.
Just because you're my brother don't make you right that you have to commit a crime and you have to get away.
This is far from the first time Eric has had trouble with the law. Accused in July of stealing packages from a USPS mail truck, smashing the side window with a rock. Police say they caught him with a duffel bag full of the stolen items ranging from shirts and jeans to coasters. Holmes says his brother struggles with substance abuse. This was in an effort to save him, he says, from more run-ins with the law or even getting killed.
Who's the best person to find a relative is a relative. You know how to find him, you know how to get him, put a stop to him.
Yeah, wrong is wrong. So he turned in his brother. But what about this clip when Andrew Holmes was going to run for mayor of the city of Dalton? Check this out.
Dalton is a great place, but it's bad when you really don't know the inside.
Among them is Andrew Holmes, known by many as a community activist and victims advocate. Holmes is now running for mayor of Dalton.
And you say, welcome to Dalton? What are you really welcoming them into Dalton for? Let's take a look inside of Dalton and see what's really going on.
But he's not looking too good after those allegations came out that he done stole somebody's cheeks on that trip to Vegas with Tiffany Henyard and some other trustee members. All hell is breaking loose over there, and this guy, a lot of his fame and that he done built up over the years is dwindling. But check this out.
Now we've obtained a complaint filed with the Illinois Department of Human Rights in which one of Henyard's aides on that trip accuses a trustee of a sexual encounter after she blacked out and had been unable to provide consent. The woman says she later had been fired after reporting the incident to the mayor.
But let's listen to Miss Mary Avant, who's been speaking at these meetings, who was a former police officer for a long time. This is what she had to say about Andrew Holmes. Check this out.
It's possible, if you can ask while this is ongoing, that Trustee Holmes is suspended from his trustee duties pending investigation. And that's as in any, Valerie can speak to that, any law enforcement organization. If a law enforcement officer is accused of something as egregious as this, they are suspended either with or without pay pending the investigation. And I do not and I hope the rest of you agree with me, do not want him sitting there representing me or my village.
And then Trustee Kiana Belcher, she came right behind her and backed her up and pretty much was saying this. Check this out.
And I hate to even say courtesy, we still have to say unnamed trustee because nope, it's alleged. So just out of respect, we still have to say whoever you may think it is, unnamed trustee, out of the respect of the investigation.
Now, as Ms. Belcher was saying, she couldn't say no names, but we all understand and know who she was talking about. You know, he was absent at that meeting, but also at this meeting, Miss Mary Avant, she spoke. She was the second person to speak. She got up there and brought the just brought the roof down, because this is not the first time that she voiced her opinion about what goes on in her village. And she was very upset and took umbrage with Tiffany Henyard in the way that she's handling this allegation, the way she's handling it, and the way that she's handled multiple things that went on in the city. So let's listen to what Miss Mary had to say at this meeting. Check this out.
Number two, Andrew Holmes in his absence. Maybe he's in the back listening. The nerve of you to sit in the seat as a trustee here with the allegations. The people put you in the seat to serve as a trustee to the residents, not to the mayor. You say you're an activist of law enforcement. Well, I was an officer in the trenches for 25 years. That meant doing the work, not talking the talk, not looking for a camera at every turn. I was locking people up, even took a bullet, all in the name of being a public servant for the people. In light of the allegations, I, as a resident of Dalton, former law enforcement officer and female, along with other Dalton residents, would like to see you display some integrity and step down pending the outcome of this investigation.
As you see, she's called him out for his behavior and basically calling him a fraud and a phony, and basically saying that this guy, you know, he goes where the cameras are. He's not about that life of actually change in Dalton. But what we're hearing now and what we're finding out is this isn't the first allegations that he's been caught up in. He's been caught up in multiple allegations, but he was called out at a trustee meeting for this. Check this out.
The mayor stated this at the September meeting.
Myself and our administration have done everything correctly and by the book. That's number one. So I just want the residents to know that you are safe. You will always be safe. I am always key on safety for the village residents and for anybody that comes through our town.
That was a lie. The investigation conducted by the Illinois EPA found that the work was ongoing for 3 months, with 20 to 30 loads already removed from the site. The investigation also found that asbestos was present in the floor tile and mastic samples that were being moved, which is a serious health concern. This mayor put the whole village in danger with her reckless movements. The lot on 142nd and Cottage Grove has been vacant for a long time. It used to be the Kaiser aluminum plant. In 2022, Mayor Tiffany Henyard recklessly started doing work on the site, despite knowing its history. It's important that elected officials prioritize the safety of their community and take necessary precautions to ensure that their actions do not put anyone at risk. This mayor put the whole village in danger with her reckless movements. Trustee Holmes supports everything this mayor does and says nothing. This election, let's send him back to Chicago. Remember to exercise your right to vote and choose trustees who prioritize transparency, safety, and accountability. Only then can we ensure that our community remains a safe and healthy place to live in. February 28th, vote 5, 6, and 7 for Tammy Brown, Edward Steve, and Samisha Williams.
So as you can see at the end of that, they're all saying, let's send him back to Chicago. They want to haul him out of Dalton because of the allegations. And I'm wondering, well, why you leave Chicago and now you're down there in Dalton trying to become the mayor? Did you get hauled out of Chicago? What is some of the, we need to do a thorough background check on this guy Holmes, because the allegations that's levied against him now is something that you shouldn't play with. A woman allegedly being, you know what? Nah, that's a serious thing. And like I said, people are speaking out. Tiffany Henyard, you know, she's kind of went quiet the last 2 weeks or so. We know that she had the podcast, Tiffany Henyard's on the Move, and she was running her mouth. She was trying to expose her haters, but she's kind of like went quiet, especially after this, after that April 1st trustee meeting that was a debacle. We see that we haven't seen her. Like, you know, she's been MIA. But listen, this guy Andrew Holmes, man, he's on the radar now, man, and people want answers. And Dalton is like a powder keg waiting, ready to explode because people are upset, man. You have the Alexis Wilson situation. You have, like I said, you have this guy and his allegations that's been levied against him. There was other women that came up to those meetings whose husbands were unalived. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on in this city, man. And like I said in my last video, I'm gonna say this in my last video because I've seen a lot of people left a lot of comments, and when it comes to W conservatives and black conservatives, listen, we need to have our own agenda as black people and be able to do things on our own. We don't need W conservatives to come in and clean up Dalton. Black people need to clean up Dalton. That's all I'm saying. We need to have competent, intelligent black people that can come in there, roll up their sleeves, and do the job. We don't need W conservatives coming in telling us what to do. You start tucking in your shirt, sitting up in your seat and want to act right when they come over. No, we need to be able to do it amongst ourselves. And I stand on that. Nobody was more conservative than Big Mama. Nobody was more conservative than black folks. We can be conservative, but we don't have to run over there to the W community to do it. We can do it amongst ourselves. You don't need Fox News and Sean Hannity and all those people coming into Dalton to do anything for Dalton. There's competent people that look like me and you that's watching this video that can get Dalton under control, that can get Dalton together. And we need to show the world that we're capable of doing it. Stop allowing when they start coming, oh man, here they come. No, you don't need them. You don't need the Sean Hannitys and the Fox News and all those people to come in and do nothing for black people. We can do it on our own. Do we have an underbelly that make us look bad? Yeah, but it's more decent black people than it are the ones that's tearing up everything. And Tiffany Henyard and her administration is not the representative of all black people. So I'm sure it's black people in that area that can get the job done. And I stand on that 10 toes down. So I'm going to cut this video short here. Leave your comments in the comment section. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing. Subscribe to Street Media TV. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.